start checking our hearts every single day. And sometimes
Yes,
we
sir.
just let ourselves go, right, and fly off the handle because we're angry, because we're upset. And listen, nobody's saying that you're not going to get upset. Nobody's saying that you're not going to get angry. We're all going to get to certain points of anger and be upset and say things that we probably don't mean. But immediately, how do you check yourself? I'll give you guys an example. I was just earlier, I was at soccer practice and everything with Javion, and me and another parent, we were just having this same type of conversation on, how people should check themselves, right?
Right.
Christian, obviously you guys know he has Down syndrome. And here's the one thing that I've learned about a lot of people with Down syndrome. The level of compassion that they have for other
Yes, sir.
individuals is
Yeah.
bar none, right? The level of love that they have for someone is bar none. Christian may do something that he knows he's not supposed to do. He
Mm.
may hit one of his brothers or sisters, or something like that. And immediately, and we were talking about this a couple of weeks ago, Nick, right? When the faces and stuff like that to teach your child, that this is
Right.
what you're not supposed to do. We immediately, oh, I'll fake cry, even though it didn't hurt me or nothing like that. I'll fake cry so that he knows that's what you're not supposed to do. But check
Right.
it out. Here's the thing. Christian doesn't take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes to apologize. He apologizes immediately, right? Immediately he says, oh man, oh, so sorry. So sorry. Like he'll rub your face. He will sit there and show that compassion, like, dang, I hurt you.
Right.
I'm sorry. Right. Here's my only issue with Joe Rogan on this situation, that it took a compilation video for you to
Yep.
apologize,
Yep. He didn't think he
right?
was wrong. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Everything that you said, Kenny, is true, right? Like you
Right,
talked about, okay, somebody smacked you or something else like that, right?
right,
That's based on, okay, I did something and I thought I was wrong. He thought he
right,
was right. That's what it
right,
is. He
right.
thought he was in the right. He thought
Mm,
I have a right to say this, right? When you listen to some of the things that he talked about, he was just like, "Oh, I was talking about Red Fox. Red Fox said it on TV show in the 1970s. You can't do that now." Well, that's not
no,
true. If you watch HBO and other places like that, they doing it. You know what I'm saying?
they
So it's
doing it
not
all the
that
time.
you can't do it now. It's just Red Fox was doing it as a black man. He was just like, "Yeah, I can say it."
Right, right.
Joe Rogan, what is your reason for saying it? Just because Red Fox is saying it, you're just like, well, I'm gonna talk about it and I'm gonna use it. So I'm gonna use the fact that Red Fox is saying it to say that I can say it. You
Mm,
thought you
right.
thought you had a right, but Joe
Mm,
Rogan ain't alone. There's plenty of people. I mean, listen.
funny. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Again, I'm gonna go down the path, right? There's some husbands who treat their wives like they have a right to treat their wives the way that they do. Guess
Yeah.
what? No, you don't. You're
No, you
supposed to
don't.
sacrifice like Jesus sacrificed. So if you're treating your wife like she's less than you rather than treating her like she's better than you, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You're doing what you think is right. And guess what?
Come on,
Somebody
bro.
has to educate you on that. Why?
Yeah.
Because you're dealing with some male chauvinistic issues, right?
Right.
When parents beat their kids because they're just like, guess what? Spare the rod, spoil the child. You don't understand the Bible correctly. You got to
Mm,
take that back, read it, get your understanding as to what the Bible is talking about, and treat your children like the gift that they have been given to you by God. Because if you look at how God feels about children and what he says about children, you beating them is you not teaching them the way God said you should. So,
mm,
do we have problems? Yes. Do we need to work on them? Yes. Do we need to correct them? Yes. Do we need to get better? Yes. But what we have to do is work on being educated. We can think that we're right, but once we finally get it that we're
mm,
wrong, we have
right,
to do our part to do better. And so what we have to do is take a look at everything.
right, right.
Take a look at everything. Christians want to quote it all the time. All things work together for them that love the Lord. Well,
Come
check
on, bro.
everything that you're doing against what the Lord says if you want all things to work together. Because guess what? It's to work together for the good, which is the building of his kingdom. It's not
His
just for
kingdom.
you. You
Come
know what I'm
on
saying?
now.
So if you're not doing what it is that you need to do, and now you done got me on my soapbox, Kenny, if you don't do
Come
what you
on now.
need to do to make sure that you're actually building up people to get them into God's kingdom, then you're really not doing your job. And
There
that's
we
where
go.
the problem starts because we're not checking ourselves on a daily basis. Check how you talk to your friends. Check how you talk to your wife. Check how you talk to your kids. Check how you talk to your husband. Get it together so that we
Yeah.
can be better because we're
Mm,
not focused on trying to be better. We just want to be and tell everybody else, you got to accept what I'm doing. No, Be better so that you can give God honor and glory in what you're doing, and you can actually edify somebody. Edifying means to do the best that you can for somebody else. Seek their highest good. Love them. Agape them. That is where we need to be. And if we're not there, guess what? We're all wrong. Just as bad as Joe Rogan, and in some instances worse.
Okay, guys, this podcast is now over.